Ever get that feeling, the one where you've achieved so much, but you're secretly terrified of becoming, well, irrelevant? If that hits home, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're jumping into Arthur C. Brooks's incredible book, From Strength to Strength, to uncover a hidden curse that hits even the most successful people. And more importantly, we're going to talk about how to break it. Okay, just picture this. You're on a late-night flight, it's dark, it's quiet, and then you overhear someone say that. It's a pretty shocking thing to hear no matter where you are, but trust me, the story gets way, way stranger. So who do you imagine saying something so final? You're probably thinking of someone whose life didn't pan out, right? Someone who feels like they missed their shot. But what if the person feeling that despair was someone you thought had everything? Well, get this. As the author Arthur Brooks tells it, the man who said those words was a world-famous hero, a guy he looked up to since he was a kid. And then, just a few minutes later, this same man is on his feet, beaming, as the pilot and all the passengers are giving him a round of applause for his amazing life. That bizarre, jarring contrast, well, it pulls the curtain back on a deep, hidden problem that affects so many of us who strive for success. That encounter on the plane reveals what Brooks calls the striver's curse. It's this quiet anguish that, believe it or not, plagues the people we often admire the most. So what exactly is this curse? Well, it's the ultimate paradox of success. You work your whole life to be amazing at what you do, but as you get older and your natural abilities start to shift, that exact same drive that got you to the top, it makes the future feel absolutely terrifying. The wins just don't feel as good anymore, and this fear of fading away can be completely overwhelming. So let's just pause and be honest with ourselves for a second. You've climbed that mountain. You've probably checked off every single box you set for yourself years and years ago. But does it feel the way you thought it would? Has it actually brought you that deep, lasting satisfaction you were chasing? Now, if that question makes you a little uncomfortable, that's okay. It's supposed to. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck on that treadmill. The book lays out a new path forward. It's about finding your second curve, a completely new kind of success that's actually way more fulfilling than the first. So how do we find this second curve? It all starts by understanding how our brains change. Early in our careers, we rely on what scientists call fluid intelligence. Think of it like being a star quarterback in his prime. You're fast, you can solve new problems on the fly, you're an innovator. But that peaks in your 30s and 40s. After that, our crystallized intelligence starts to shine. This is your wisdom. You're not the star player anymore, you're the legendary coach who sees the whole field and can connect all the dots. And the best part? This just gets stronger and stronger the older you get. And this, right here, is the big aha moment. Stop trying to outwork your own biology. Stop fighting a battle against decline that you will eventually lose. The real strategy is to leap from the curve of the innovator to the curve of the teacher. It's time to shift from solving problems to sharing wisdom. But how in the world do you do that? I mean, it goes against everything we're taught, right? High achievers don't quit, they double down. But the answer isn't about adding more to your life. It's actually about subtraction. It's about taking things away. I love this quote from the book because it explains the mindset perfectly. Your true purpose, your why, it's already inside you, but it's buried under this big, clunky block of attachments. The desire for more money, more power, more prestige. Your job now isn't to build something new. It's to become a sculptor and chip away everything that isn't you. And the author himself is the perfect hero for this story. Arthur Brooks was at the absolute peak of his career. He was the president of a major think tank. A total dream job. But he realized he was on that first curve, and he could feel it starting to dip. So he walked away from it all to become a professor at Harvard. He jumped. He actually practiced what he preached. So let's talk about a really practical tool you can use, like right now. Forget about that bucket list of all the things you want to get or do. Brooks says we should create a reverse bucket list. This is a list of all the things you want to get rid of. Commitments you need to drop, desires you need to let go of, bad habits you need to finally shed. So how do you make one? It's a pretty simple 3-step process. First, you've got to get really honest with yourself. What are you attached to? What are you clinging to for your self-worth? Is it your job title, your salary, how many likes you get online? Just write it all down, no judgment. Second, spend some real time thinking about it. Look at that list and ask, what could I let go of to make space for what actually matters? And third, you make a real commitment to let go. This isn't about giving up. It's about making room for something way better to grow. Okay, this brings us to the final and most important part of this whole journey. Once you start subtracting and making space, you need a new compass to guide you. So what can you literally start doing today to get on your second curve? Here's a quick action plan. 1. Redefine success. It's not about the next promotion anymore. It's about purpose and service. Ask yourself, how can my wisdom help someone else? 2. Do a relationship audit. Are you spending your time on real friendships or are you just networking? Focus on the people who love you for you. And 3. This one's tough. Embrace weakness. Stop defending the skills that are fading and become a humble student again. Real growth happens when you're willing to say, I don't know. You see, when you really get it, this whole journey isn't some tragic fight against getting older. It's not about clinging to who you used to be. It's about having the wisdom and the courage to turn towards a new sunrise and learning to see your life in a completely new and honestly a much warmer light. And in the end, it all comes down to this simple but incredibly powerful 7-word formula. Use things, love people, worship the divine. That, my friends, is how you go from strength to strength.